Welcome to our Expedia Cruises Thursday night travel talk. And tonight we are going to feature Virgin Voyages. If any of you have not been on a Zoom call before, everyone is muted. You do have control if you want your video on and off. I find that I miss contact with people, so we would love to see your faces if you feel comfortable turning your video on. There is a chat feature as well, and we are taking questions. So if you have a question, put it in the chat room, in the chat, and we will deal with them after the meeting. So my name is Lisa Antflick. I'm one of the consultants at Expedia Cruises, and tonight's travel talk is being hosted by the 6 Edmonton and vicinity stores. We started these weekly travel talks quickly after COVID started because the desire to travel is still there, even though we are not traveling now. And I think everybody's very aware of that. But I want you to know there is a difference between traveling and thinking and dreaming and booking travel. So these travel talks are here to educate you, to inspire you, to let you know what's happening in the industry. We have passed 1 year that travel has shut down. And if you are on this call, you probably miss travel as much as I do. Travel fulfills us. That's why we do it. And when it is safe, I will be one of the first ones to pack my bags and get on a ship and definitely on an airplane. So our offices are open. We ask, because of COVID, for you to call or email us to make an appointment so that if you do want to come in, we can make sure there's social distancing. The consultants are available via email, via phone call, so you can contact them and plan. Our professional vacation consultants are here to help you plan your next vacation, as well as help you navigate travel, because it will look different when it opens up. We've had many changes, and it seems that it's changing day to day. So I welcome you. I thank you for joining us tonight. And I'm going to now introduce to you our very special guest, Joelle Remy from Virgin Voyages. So welcome, Joelle.
Hello, how is everyone this evening? Thank you so much for joining. I am excited to talk to you about Virgin Voyages and what we have to offer coming up. We have a lot of exciting news to share. So let me just bring up my presentation for you. All right, perfect. Are we all good here? All right. So my name is Joelle Remy. I am with Virgin Voyages. I'm so excited to be working with Expedia Cruises. They're one of our wonderful partners. As we like to call them, our first mates at Virgin Voyages. We love using nautical terms. So, you know, I am part of the sales crew based in Chicago, and all of our travel partners are our first mates because we cannot make ships happen without our first mates. All right, so let's talk about Virgin Voyages and what's on the horizon for us. So Scarlet Lady is in Genoa right now, but we just announced some amazing news. Today we announced that we'll actually start setting sail out of the UK, where Virgin began, and that will start in August. We're going to do some short sailings. They're basically nice weekend sailings or during the week sailings. It's honestly the best way for you to see what Scarlet has to offer. That's our first ship. Scarlet has to offer. And it's a sailing to nowhere. It's going to go off of the southern coast of England, but you get to see what it means to set sail the Virgin Way. Now, later down the road, we will be introducing Valiant Lady. She's going to do 7-night itineraries out of Barcelona to the Mediterranean, but she'll also, For the 7-night itineraries, she'll be in the Mediterranean during the summer months, and then during the winter and spring, she'll sail on some 6 and 8-night voyages to through the Caribbean. And then Resilient Lady, after this 2020, we could not find a better name other than Resilient Lady to introduce our third ship, who will be sailing the Greek Isles. And don't forget, we still have ship 4 that we haven't announced yet. So we're excited about that. We'll share those details with you. But, you know, let's take a look at what we have done so far. So this is our terminal at Port Miami, Terminal V. It is well underway. This is our fearless leader, our CEO, Tom McAlpin, breaking ground on our Terminal V, which will be ready by the end of this year. All right, now let's talk about our Voyage Well plan. So our Voyage Well plan has been in place for a year. I will say that our team has made tremendous strides to make all of this happen. Last year, we were working with testing developers. We do have the ability to test for COVID-19 before you get on board. Virgin does require the vaccine in order to sail with us. Just so you know, we do have a full medical staff on board to take care of any sailors that are feeling ill or come down with symptoms. And we have the ability to basically quarantine them if that is necessary, okay? When we finally get started sailing, we'll keep it social but distant. So we're gonna be sailing at a reduced capacity. And as we started looking at our Voyage Well plan and the way that our voyages were designed, we realized that, you know, our experience was already sort of in line with the CDC protocol. So let's start with our contactless experience. When you sail with us, you're going to have access to your Sailor app. You know, the Sailor app is going to be your companion. It's going to be how you make reservations at over 20 restaurants and eateries on board that are independent. It's how you're going to put yourself into a virtual queue. It's how you're going to look at all of the events on board and, you know, use the virtual ticketing. It's, you know, it's how you're going to order Ship Eat, which is, you know, contactless delivery to your cabin or suite. And that Sailor app works right in conjunction with the wearable. It's going to be the bracelet that you see, the cartoon bracelet right there. The bracelet is your room key to your cabin or suite. It's how you're going to pay for things around the ship. We also have, you know, a partnership with Atmos Air Solutions, which is an air purification system that's proven to kill 99.9% of viruses on board. You'll find sanitation stations throughout the ship, and no buffets. We never planned on having buffets or large, you know, dining rooms. It's everything about the Virgin Voyages experience is meant to be intimate. It's not supposed to be mass market. So when it comes to the food on board, you're going to be able to dine at over 20 eateries. We have partnered with some Michelin star chefs to create these concepts, and all of your food is made to order. You do not have main dining times or anything like that. You can eat what you want when you want. And throughout our voyage, we'll be continuously cleaning. So we do have UV technologies and fogging technologies to deep clean in between each voyage. All right, now let's talk about what it means to sail the Virgin Way. All right, so first, one of our biggest drivers to the brand is the fact that we are adult only, or adult by design. Our experience is designed with adults in mind. So think about it like this, you know, a lot of other companies, they love children and they cater towards children. So, you know, what those companies are doing for children is what we are doing for adults. Because we're adults by design, we can have all of those eateries on board that are tailored towards adults, and minus the chicken tenders or chicken nuggets. So, you know, you can have that elevated cuisine and that elevated service because it is adult by design. Which brings me to our boutique glamour. Many people have, you know, thought of Virgin Voyages as this floating boutique resort on the high sea. And we've worked with some amazing designers. We call them our creative collective. Tom Dixon in particular designed all of our cabins and suites. He's known for collaborating with boutique hotels. So you can have that luxury, you can have that glamour without the stuffiness. And that brings me to Relaxed Luxe. You know, you can have that elevated service on your terms. And I mentioned before, you can eat when you want to. You can, you know, really curate and work with your travel partner to curate your experience on board. And it is a luxury your way. All right. And at Virgin, we're taking it to an extraordinary experience. And how are we doing that? We're doing that from every experience on board, from the wellness, from, you know, the dining to the entertainment that's curated for adults. And even when you're at our destinations, we offer a longer length of stay on shore so that you can take a part of one of our shore things. That's Virgin term for shore excursions that are immersive and cultural. And when we go through some of the itineraries that we have on board, you'll see how long the lengths of stay are. They're really, really tremendous. We don't want our sailors to feel rushed. We want you to take part and enjoy the destination that you're going to, because those memories you're going to keep with them for the rest of your life. All right. So when it comes to extraordinary, there's a lot of extras that are included with a Virgin Voyage. So I mentioned the eateries. All of the eateries are included with your voyage fare. Okay. So over 20 restaurants and eateries, those are included. Tips and gratuities are included. Unlimited Wi-Fi for all. Also the entertainment, that's one-of-a-kind entertainment, is included. Group workouts, which goes along with our wellness program, which we call Vitamin C, and your basic bevies. So your still sparkling waters, sodas, drip coffee, tea, those are all included. And if you're wondering, this is over $600 per person in value. So no hidden fees and no hidden surprises with Virgin Voyages. All right, so this is Scarlet. This is our first lady ship. Just to give you a background on, or some stats on Scarlet, the max capacity is 2,770 sailors. Of course, we're gonna be sailing at a reduced capacity when we first go out to sea. There's 1,150 crew on board, 1,408 cabins and suites. Also, you have the tonnage here and the length of the ship. Now, I mentioned all of our 4 ships, but they will all be the same size, but have their own unique spin. Now, Scarlet will do 4- and 5-night voyages out of Miami to the Caribbean. So let's take a look at some of those. You have 5 nights to Costa Maya, Mexico, 5 nights to Riviera Maya, going to Cozumel. And this is one of those prime examples of a long length of stay on shore. So you're there from 8 a.m., not leaving until midnight. So you definitely have time to go to all, you know, the surrounding areas of Cozumel. We have a 5-night to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. And a 4-night, we have a short one, 4-night fire and sunset soiree going to Key West, Florida. If you haven't been there, it is a unique destination on its own. Your travel advisor can always help you with booking pre and post stays in Miami as well. Now, Valiant Lady, I mentioned before that she was always planning to spend the winters and, the summer and winter in the Caribbean. So she has a 6-night itinerary, the Western Caribbean charm, going to Roatan, Honduras, Costa Maya, Mexico, and then you get some time at the beach club in Bimini. And I should have mentioned before that every single itinerary that we have goes to our private beach club in Bimini. With the Eastern Caribbean Antilles, it's going to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and St. Croix, which is a nice destination because a lot of the larger ships can't go there. You'll have 2 days of sailing before going to the beach club in Bimini. Now, Valiant Lady will eventually make her crossing back to her home port in Barcelona. So if any of you like those long sailings, you might want to consider this. This is a 14-night sailing transatlantic from Miami to the Mediterranean. You'll have some time at the beach club in Bimini before a long length of sailing. You'll end up in Libsyn and Cadiz before going to the home port in Barcelona. And as always, you will always get a stop at our crown jewel, the beach club in Bimini, which is absolutely spectacular. It is coming along so well. I've had the opportunities to see the images from Bimini and how it's coming along. This is where you're going to have different water sports. It's your beach day. You can book one of those cabanas that you see there. We'll also have, just like on the ship, all of your food, your basic bevies, and gratuities are included. We will be docked in Bimini and not tendered, so you can really go back and forth to the ship. All right, now let's talk about the Mediterranean. These are some of my favorite itineraries. First, you have Valiant Lady always leaving on a Sunday evening out of Barcelona. So that's a nice little, perk there, is that it is a later departure out of Barcelona. This is one of my favorite itineraries. The French days, Ibiza nights, leaving out of Barcelona for a full day in Marseille. You get an overnight in Monte Carlo. You have a full day in Olbia, and then you get an overnight in Ibiza at our private beach club that will be there. I don't have images of that beach club yet, but I'm sure they're coming. Then you have the Spanish Obsession, leaving out of Barcelona to Palma de Mallorca. You'll have an overnight in Malaga. You'll have a full day in Gibraltar, and of course, that overnight in Ibiza. And then the Irresistible Med, leaving out of Barcelona. You're gonna hit some nice spots here: Tulum, Marina de Carrara, Ajaccio, Cagliari, and then you're going to have that overnight in Ibiza. All right, now let's talk about Resilient Lady. We just announced this less than a month ago. She is going to sail the Greek Isles. Now, many of you know every single one of our ships has their own personalized mermaid, but we haven't released Resilient Lady yet, so you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. But if you haven't had the opportunity to go to Greece and experience everything that it has to offer, I suggest the Greek Island Glow. It is a 7-night itinerary. You're going to hit some major hot spots like Santorini, Rhodes, and Mykonos. Now, the Adriatic Sea and Greek Gems itinerary are for those who maybe you've been to Greece before and you want to do some things that are off the beaten path. This is, Croatia is on my bucket list. You get a late night in Dubrovnik. You're going to go to Kotor, Argostoli, and this is just a really nice itinerary for those who want to go to this part of the world. You've maybe been to Greece before, but you want to discover some new destinations. All right, now let's talk about the cabins on board. We have our Sea Terrace cabins. They range between 225 square feet up to 265 square feet. You'll find a glam area, as we like to call it, in all of the cabins, and they're beautiful and sleek design. And remember, Tom Dixon helped us design all of the accommodations on board. And if you haven't figured it out by now, Virgin has their own terminology. So our Sea Terrace is what some like to call a balcony. And yes, there is a terrace hammock on each balcony. Now, we do have sea view cabins on board as well. Smaller inventory for the sea view cabins. They range from 130 square feet to 190 square feet. What I would like to point out is that we do have solo sea view cabins on board and solo inside cabins on board, or as we like to call them, the insider cabins. Those solo cabins, if you're booking a cabin that's meant for one sailor, there's no single supplement. So if you're booking for one, you're paying for one. So again, no hidden charges, no hidden fees. And yes, we do have inside cabins on board, which is only about 7% of our inventory, but for those who like the inside cabins, they're there. All right, now with our clever cabin designs, some of you may notice that L shape that you saw with the sea view cabins. Every single seabed, as we call it, has the ability to either be a bed or a lounger. It's up to you, or you can do both. You can call for your steward at any time with the tablet in your cabin and have them switch it around, but it allows for you to have sort of this, you know, entertainment space within your cabin. So you can use it, you know, however you like it. If you have friends that are traveling with you, or you meet friends on board and you want to have cocktails before you go to dinner, you can have it in the lounger. It's lounger position. If you don't, you can keep it in the bed position the whole time. It's really up to you. Again, that luxury your way. Now, in each of the cabins, you're going to find roomy rainforest showers, the terrace hammock, where if you have a sea terrace, mood lighting. You'll also have red flower amenities. We love Red Flower because they are a sustainable company. They use natural ingredients. If you don't know this about Virgin already, we are a sustainable company. We've banned single-use plastics on board our ship. We have the goal of becoming carbon neutral as well. So we love Red Flower. You'll find large flat screen TVs and a glam area, as you saw before. All right, now let's talk about the suites. All right, we have 78 suites on board. So they're broken down into two basically major categories. You have 63 ROCKSTAR quarters and 15 mega ROCKSTAR quarters. All right, so when you're booking one of these suites, you're gonna live that suite life, and you're gonna get a membership to Richard's Rooftop, where it's an exclusive lounge just for our sailors and suites, or as we like to call them, our rock stars. You cannot pay to go to Richard's Rooftop. This is where that exclusivity comes into play. You have to be one of our rock stars to go. And it's an exclusive lounge, but there will be private events just for our rock stars up there. Also, you'll get select beverages that are on us. You're gonna work with the team at Expedia Cruises, and you're going to select the best package that works for you. So what that means is that we have packages like the Rosé All Day package, or the Bubbles package with sparkling wine from all different parts of the world. Or we have the mixed bag, which wine and spirits, so you can sip your favorite cocktail as you sail away. You'll also get early booking and priority access to all of the events on board and offshore, and you'll have 24/7 access to our dedicated Rockstar agents, which is our nod to a concierge service. All right, now for the top tier suites, like this massive suite that you see before you, which is over 2,100 square feet, and yes, we have two on board. You know, you're gonna get some added perks. You're gonna get premium Wi-Fi. Of course, everyone on board gets Wi-Fi, but with premium Wi-Fi, you can stream entertainment to all of your devices. You'll also get a bottomless bar in your room, a daily bar tab to take care of your cocktails and wine throughout your voyage. You'll also get daily access to the thermal suite in the Redemption Spa, a private transfer to whisk you to and from the ship, and your own dedicated Rockstar agent. And of course, you will have a membership at Richard's Rooftop. Now, when it comes to the food on board, I keep on mentioning this. This Virgin Voyages, I will say, as a girl from Chicago who loves her restaurants, it is a foodie's paradise. From steak and seafood in the wake to vegetarian forward cuisine in Razzle Dazzle, you'll get a unique experience in Test Kitchen, which offers a seasonal chef's tasting menu. On the table, you can see a little card. On the card, you'll see ingredients. The chef is going to use those ingredients and course out an entire meal. So think of this as more like an Iron Chef experience. You have Gambay, which is our Korean barbecue experience on board. As you can see, they are grilling at the table. We patented our own flameless grills to go at the center of each table, so you get that authentic Korean barbecue experience. You have pink agave for elevated Mexican cuisine. Of course, Extra Virgin is the Italian eatery on board. And I mentioned that we are adults only. This is the ice cream shop. Now, when it comes to the drinkeries on board, you have amazing places like the Draft House. We like working with different local microbreweries. We work with Wynwood Brewery out of Miami. You have the Loose Cannon, which is like a retro sailor bar, but also you have On the Rocks, which is sort of a swanky lounge, and Sip. So you're starting to see all of the ranges of different places that we have. We have whimsical places like Razzle Dazzle and the ice cream shop. But we also have more elegant fare at the Wake and Sip, which is the champagne lounge on board. Great place to grab a glass of champagne before a show or before dinner. We'll also have early morning breakfast here and also afternoon tea service. Now that we're talking about all of this food and drink, let's talk about the bar tab. The bar tab is Virgin Voyages' answer to a drink package. When you're booking your voyage, you can opt to get the bar tab. You can buy it at $300. When you get on board, you have a value of $350 towards any of your alcoholic beverages or non-basic beverages on board. The beauty about the bar tab is that it's flexible. You do not have to, you're not limited in the type of alcohol brands that you can buy. If you are traveling with somebody and you want to buy the bar tab and the other person does not, the other person isn't obligated to, and yes, you can share the bar tab on board if you want as well. All right, now that we talked about all of this food and drink, there is a whole nother side to Virgin Voyages. It's wellness. We call it vitamin C. We offer tailor-made spa treatments in the Redemption Spa. And then you also have a plethora of places to work out. And the B complex, you'll find different sections like Balance, which is dedicated to more of the yoga and stretch exercises. You have the Build section, which is where you're gonna find a lot more of the strength training and body building exercises and free weights and weight machines. For those who want to burn some calories, you have the Burn section with all of the cardio equipment. And remember that all of the group workouts are included with your voyage fare. So yes, you can dine how you want to and you can work out how you want to. Even if you're a runner, you can use the runway and go for your daily run without worrying about running into other sailors on board the ship. Now, for the high rollers out there, don't worry, we do have a casino on board. And when it comes to the entertainment, we have a variety. The Manor is our two-story Art Deco nightclub named after Richard Branson's first record studio. But Virgin Voyages has really, worked with some renowned producers and creatives that are known for unique experiences. So you won't find the run-of-the-mill entertainment on board. You're going to find things that are unique to Virgin Voyages, and you're going to find them in the red room. And with dual reality that you see here, it was created by the Seven Fingers, which is a neo circus company. They love working with Shakespearean plays. So in dual reality, they tell their own version of the story of Romeo and Juliet. Now, you know, I know everybody out there has been, you know, we've all been quarantining. We've all been in the house for quite some time. This is the perfect time for you to plan your next holiday, your voyage at sea. You know, Virgin did it. We always say Virgin Voyages. As you see this experience, we didn't create a cruise, we created a voyage. And right now, we have extended our 2021 wave offer. We're offering 10% off of all of our sailings. Every single sailing that you've seen here today, you'll get 10% off. Depending on what type of cabin you get up to $400 in onboard credit, or as we like to call it, sailor loot. And if you decide to buy the bar tab, instead of $50, you'll get an extra $100 towards your bar tab. All right, so I'm gonna end it here and stop for any questions.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, what a fabulous, fabulous product you have. Innovative, different. I love the idea of the adults only. I love the idea of the inclusivity. So thank you, Joelle, for introducing us to this fabulous, fabulous product. If there are any questions, please type them into the chat. We just have a comment right now. I think it's fantastic. The European itineraries are port intensive. That appeals. And I love the idea, like definitely late night stays, because I think one of the things all of us who cruise hate is, you know, we're just enjoying the day and we have to watch the clock to make sure we get back to the ship on time. Okay, question, what are the Scarlet nights like?
Oh, you heard about the Scarlet nights.
Share with us the Scarlet nights.
This is when we paint the ship red. So I always say, you know, we have to leave something to the imagination, but I would suggest you bring a touch of sparkle with you, perhaps a touch of crimson or red to paint the ship red with us. It's going to be an event for all of our sailors on board, but we do have to keep something, you know, as a surprise.
All right, all right. And is there one on every voyage?
There will be one on every voyage.
All right, perfect. Another question we have in regards to the bar tab, how does it work if you don't spend the entire amount?
Now, it is a use it or lose it, but okay. Keep in mind, listen, you know, when we talk about no hidden fees, no, you know, we don't want to nickel and dime our sailors. We found that is one of the biggest pain points for people, is being nickel and dimed. So if you want some examples of some drink prices, I can just rattle them off for you right here. You don't want to buy a bar tab, that's completely fine. You can find basic beers like an Amstel Light or a Heineken for about $5 to $6, including gratuity. 42% of our wines by the glass are under $10, and a basic cocktail like a Tanqueray and tonic or a Jack and Coke, you can find that for $9 to $10. So this is really like street market value pricing.
All right. So just to clarify, if you buy the bar tab, it's a minimum of $300? Yes. Okay.
And yeah, and I'm talking in USD just because I am in the US, but you know, if you are in, you know, Canada, you can pay for it. We in Canadian dollars. So just so you know, we do sell in the UK, North America, United States, and Canada. So we take those currencies.
Okay, so we do have a choice in Canada to pay in Canadian dollars. All right. Question for you: are the Greek islands, Croatia cruises alternating to allow a back-to-back?
Yes, they are. So you can do a back-to-back.
All right, Perfect. Thank you.
And that's an amazing idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what? We've all been housebound for a long time. What we're seeing in the industry is that people are booking longer because we've all missed out on travel or will be missing out on travel for almost 2 years. Question again about the size. Can you just reiterate the size of the ships?
Yes, it's 110,000 tons, 912 feet. Our capacity is 2,770 sailors, and we have 1,150 crew on board. That is the normal capacity, but we will be sailing at a reduced capacity because of the protocol until we can get to that full capacity.
Okay. And just to clarify, so we can buy in Canadian or US dollars, but the currency on board, would it only be US dollars, correct?
I believe so. It would be US dollars.
All right. Okay. Excellent. Are there, I think that's all the questions we had so far.
Wow.
I know. Well, you obviously did a phenomenal job, and I am so excited. So just to kind of sum up for everybody, although travel is currently paused, we will get back to traveling again. And there is a difference between traveling and dreaming and booking. And what we're seeing, as I mentioned, everybody will be going about 2 years without traveling. So there is a huge demand for 2022 and even into 2023. And we are already seeing some shortage of space. And of course, as Joelle said, if the ships are going with reduced capacity. So if there's anything you're thinking of doing, obviously we have very, very flexible booking and cancellation policies in place that makes it risk-free. So I want to thank you all for joining us. Oh, okay, sorry, a couple more questions. Age demographics, what's the average age of your sailors?
I'm glad you asked me that question because I meant to bring this up. When I first started talking with people were convinced that we were just a holiday for millennials. But at Virgin, age is just a number. We welcome everyone above the age of 18. However, our sweet spot happens to be between the ages of 35 and 65. When you think about it, that is a wide range, with the average age being 48 on board. Now, just to give you some other stats, 75% have cruised before. So if you're cruising and you're looking for something different, this might be, right up your alley. And 59% of the people who have booked with us have children at home. So don't feel bad if you are a parent. You deserve your own holiday.
And if you are a parent and you've been housebound with your children, you really do deserve a holiday. All right. So, and I agree with you. I think age is an attitude as well. So thank you for joining us. Please reach out to your consultant. We are here to help you start planning, dreaming of your vacations. Reminder to follow us on Facebook, and you can also watch all our recordings on our YouTube channels. Next week, for any of you who love and are missing Mickey Mouse, we are going to have Disney Cruise Lines with us. So please make sure you join us next week at our weekly travel talks, 7 p.m. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your past travels. Thank you for your future travels. Hopefully you've enjoyed this evening and loved having us introduce a new cruise line to you. So thank you, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you again.